welcome to our Mindfulness at Sunset session. How's everyone doing today? And I'd like to dedicate today's session to the theme of the things that you can see when you begin to slow down. So I'd like us to just spend this time just finding a comfortable sitting position or posture. And let's just begin by, as we're taking a deep breath, just beginning to bring our shoulders all the way up towards our ears. And just hold it there. Just noticing how does it feel like, as we do this. And on the out breath, I'd like you to just let out a huge sigh as you just release the shoulders, all right, with the out breath. Okay, so breathing out. Just noticing, how does that feel for you? And now we do that one more time. So breathing in, just beginning to just lift up your shoulders as high as you can, and just holding there for a moment. And now on the out breath, just letting go. And one last time. So breathing in. And on the out breath, letting go. Just beginning to roll your shoulders, towards the back. Just alternating them. So especially, you've been working from home. Just observe, how many hours have you spent kind of seated at your desk? How's the shoulders feeling right now? And then beginning to roll towards the front. Just noticing, as we engage in this forward roll, it's not just the shoulders that's moving, right? The muscles in our back support us as we do this. And gradually just coming to a pause. And now just bring both shoulders towards the ears and intentionally just bring it all the way back. Just letting go and releasing any residual tension. So one more time, breathing in and out. And one more time, breathing in, rolling towards the front, up, out breath towards the back and down. All right, so now I'd like to invite us to bring out our right hand. So just stretching it all the way up. And now just bring the left hand bring the right hand onto the back of your left shoulder. And just using your left hand to pull your right elbow down. So just feeling into that stretch. And now releasing, so switching sides. So now you're using your right hand to push the left elbow down. So just feeling into that stretch. And gradually, as you breathe out, just releasing both hands. You can interlock your fingers and just stretching as far as you can. The fingers pointing towards the ceiling. Just feeling into that lengthening of the back. Just holding it here as much as you can. Just allowing both your arms to be as close towards your ears. Just feeling into the stretch. And just attending to what we're observing as we intentionally slow down. What are some of the sensations that we begin to observe? And now just bending over towards your left, just feeling to that stretch as you do this. So you might notice stretch down the side of the arms. Even the sensations radiating down towards the lower back. And coming back to center. And now bending over to your right. Noticing sensations as we do this. And we approach this moment with that attitude of non-judging. Simply receiving whatever that is felt in this moment as it is. And gradually coming back to center. And now as you breathe out, it's beginning to rotate at the wrist. So you invite both your hands, come down. And just allowing them to rest on your lap. So right now, if you like to, just turning your head towards the right. Just feeling into the stretch, as we notice what's felt. And coming back to center. And turning the head towards the left. Just feeling into this moment. And now coming back to center. And just beginning to rotate your neck. Right, so bring the head in this clockwise rotation. Noticing as we do this, how's the mind feeling? Does it feel busy? Or as we begin to attend closely to what's felt, we allow ourselves to rest in awareness of this body. So choosing to change the direction of rotation. And gradually just coming back to center. All right, so allowing yourself to, by your eyes to close, if that feels comfortable for you. Just beginning this practice by taking in 3 beautiful deep breaths. And as we notice that third breath, let's just take this moment to let go of all expectations of what this practice might bring to you. See what happens when we choose to let go of everything and begin to nourish ourselves by indulging in this spaciousness of awareness. Sensing into how the body is right now. Whether you might noticing the warm sensations of the body. Just how you're being supported as you sit here. And as we begin to just sit in silence, as we don't say anything in this practice, we might begin to become aware of the sounds around us. Sounds that come and go. Sounds that just inform us at how busy the world might be. And how everything is moving at its own pace. So how about your mind right now? What pace is it moving at? So choosing to spend this couple of moments simply by sitting with ourselves. Observing the breath that makes its way all the way into the body, just on its own. Taking an interest in how this breath is felt in the body. So as we begin to slow down and sit with noticing just the way the body is, we simply let the world spin around us, not needing to make things right in any way, stop things from happening, as those are out of our control right now. Feeling into this beautiful breath. And very gradually, you may notice that the breath will just do its own job, coming into the body and leaving the body all on its own. So how's your mind doing right now? How's the pace? Just treating this moment with kindness and patience, and cherishing this moment as we are just sitting here, as this moment will not return again. So for the rest of this practice, I invite all of us to just explore what can we see or become aware of as we begin to simply slow down and just be here. As even asking yourself, what's most important to you right now? From here, beginning to open this awareness into body, feeling into the sensations of your feet as you rest them upon the ground or the floor. Feeling into the entire lower half of your body. Simply just knowing how this body feels right now. And feeling into the upper body, beginning from just noticing from the base of the spine, feeling to the entire back muscles, shoulders, down into both arms and hands. Just being thankful for the presence of our hands. Feeling to the belly, sensing into our chest, the lungs, just thanking your heart for its beating all this while as we sit here. And feeling to your face, just the way it is right now. The mouth, the lips, facial expression that we have. Feeling to the nose, the ears, both our eyes, the eyelids, and the top of the head. Just thanking this whole body for what he has given to us, so that we live each moment, engaging in tasks, doing things that we enjoy, and just ending this practice by thanking yourself. Observing in a 3 more beautiful breath. And when you feel ready, just beginning to invite your eyes to open very gradually. And if you like to, just bring a beautiful smile on your face. Great, so let's take this moment to notice. How do you feel right now? What are some of the things that you begin to observe of yourself when you intentionally slow down? So while things around us spin, the cars move, the clouds move, the birds fly, but here we are, seated at where we are exactly. How do you begin to observe? And this is really a beautiful gift, right, that we can give ourselves, right? There was once a saying that goes, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that's why it's called the present. So as we begin to just savor this present moment, what's here for you? After engaging in this beautiful practice that you have given time for yourself to do. All right, so for those of you who you mentioned that you're working from home, I'd like to hear from you. What was it for you? As you begin to do the practice, and now after completed, anything that you notice? And it's a really beautiful way, when we begin to reflect after doing the practice, it helps us to begin to observe, how's this mind? Perhaps, before coming into practice, the mind can be really busy, like a bumblebee, right? Zooming in, from literally zooming in, right? So from flower to flower, right? So like how bees, when they go and pollinate the flowers, right? They're so busy. And as we begin to just settle, and in fact, this could be just a moment that we might not feel as busy, right? Because after this practice ends, many of you would will jump back to our routine, right? Okay, there's something next to do, and you can prepare dinner. And like for myself, I'm also working from home now, and I know, what's next is to prepare dinner. So in fact, I have already begun to do that. Marinated a chicken last evening and already put it in the oven as it's baking right now. So, after, as I end this session, I'm going to really spend some moment, right, to just look at the piece of artwork that I created in a real sense, right, to just take in the aroma. As I'm doing this, I can even smell the fragrance of the marinated chicken that I'm baking right now. And so my invitation to all of us, as we come almost to the end of this session is, what happens when you begin to choose to slow down? What will you begin to see or notice? Whether is it, as you begin to take your dinner a few moments after this, what happens when you just choose to pause and notice what's the food in front of you? Take in with all your senses, the smell, and even noticing, as you're eating, do thoughts come into the moment? And perhaps, you realize that you're no longer enjoying your meal, right? So this is the practice of mindfulness that helps us to cultivate this sense of awareness. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.